from the sport of volleyball. And we're going to ad-lib just a bit. Again, I told you that Pri was one of just a couple people inducted into the Hall of Fame in the sport of volleyball. And tonight, to introduce Pri, is the first inductee into the volleyball, into the UL Athletic Hall of Fame, and a mentor to Pri, Ursula Queiser.
Thank you. First of all, I realize there's a couple of underlying themes here tonight. One has to do with uniforms. One has to do with angels. And another has to do, I'll talk about the other later. But the first one, uniforms. I was on the first softball team here at UL when Yvette started coaching. Actually, Yvette coached me in high school and college. But uniforms were a commodity, were not a commodity then. Actually, I was telling a friend here that we wore the women's basketball uniforms to play softball. So my number through college was number 50. And that's not a softball number, but also, so we had their basketball jerseys, but we also used their warm-up pants. And Yvette's mom, Mama G, took all the warm-up pants, cut them below the knees, and sewed them with elastic so we would have softball pants. So we all have a uniform story, but I think ours is really classic. The second is the Angels, and everyone that's been up here has spoken about their coaches, their family, their teammates, the we's and the us's. And they've also spoke about Danny Cottenham, and that's why I want to say this, because Danny has probably seen almost all of the athletes, including myself, all of us here, through our years here at UL and USL. And he's an amazing person, and he's mentored all of us, and he's just really special. So I want to give Danny a shout out. And then the third thing that I really hear from everyone is everybody's passion and love for God, and that God has a plan for all of us, and He's given all of us a gift in here. And every one of you here has used it in the way that He would be proud of. Tonight I'm introducing Priscilla, and she has a strong faith in Jesus, and she has used her gifts to help others. Priscilla played volleyball here, but I got to know Priscilla towards the end of your volleyball career here. You started working camps with us. I was coaching high school volleyball, and she would work our camps. And Priscilla was always encouraging to the younger players. Then when she graduated, I hired her to come to ESA. I was coaching at ESA, and I hired her to be one of my assistant coaches. And to watch her passion to help younger women become better at what they do, but it was more about being a better person, okay, and putting your passion for life into practice through the sports you're playing. And that was in I left ESA in what year? 2005, but you had coached with me for a couple of years. And it's been over 15 years, and Priscilla's been in Florida playing professional volleyball and coaching and teaching and training professional volleyball players as well. And I'm back at ESA coaching, and the first, I'm like, I got to take my team to St. Petersburg, Florida, because they need to experience Priscilla. And so this summer I brought my team there for 7 days, and they fell in love with her, but she was passionate about life, not just about them being better volleyball players. And it's fun because now she's back in town this weekend, and the girls are talking about her, and it's more about they just love her as a person. Okay, but she's a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal professional athlete, a phenomenal coach. And it's great to hear because everyone here has talked about how important your character is and what you can give to others. And for me to be able to take my team to Florida this summer after 15 years to have them experience Priscilla, it's been a great honor. So, Priscilla.
hard to follow all of you guys. I don't know if you guys know, I'm from Brazil, but I say y'all all the time because this is where I learned how to speak English. I kind of killed my joke because I thought I was the only one who got to go to USL and UL. So I was going to say, do I deserve 2 of these? But thanks. Thanks, Urs. You've been an incredible mentor and even better friend. Can't thank you enough. I've been practicing English for a long time since I stepped over here, but when I get nervous, it gets worse. Lips start shaking, hands are shaking, and all that. But my story is a little different and unorthodox because I was in Brazil and I didn't know anything about college recruitment or even college in America, period. I was just playing. And I remember we were in a huddle and the former assistant coach then, she was Brazilian and she played for my coach at club. And she called and said, hey, we need some Brazilians out here. We need it, So we were at the end of a practice, just, hey, see you guys next week. And he's like, oh, they're looking for some Brazilian players to play in America and you get to go to school. And then I look at my desk, we'll go. So I volunteered to come play. I didn't get recruited really. And they're like, oh, we need a video, We're like, it's 1998 and we're poor. We don't have video cameras. Like in Brazil, are you kidding me? But we figured out a cousin of a cousin of a cousin of a friend and we got a video camera. And honestly, what is a recruiting video? Like, my wife is a college coach, so now I know everything behind it. I was like, how did I get here? Like, I have no idea. We pretty much sent a video of us peppering, which is passing, setting, and hitting each other, and then we're setting each other, and we're like, what else can we shoulder? We can shoulder roll, so we toss the ball, roll around on the ground, and just like, somehow they liked us, and we came. So, I used to dance, and didn't start playing volleyball until I was 15, which for Brazilians, that's impossible for you to make it anywhere, starting so late. And then I'm just thankful that from the get-go, I had amazing coaches. So after my first year, I was already a starter in Brazil, and within 3 years, somehow, according to my recruiting tape, I was ready to come to America. I've been thinking because as any good Brazilian, we're very emotional. So I was thankful that you started crying before me. and I was like, how can I not cry? Just tell funny stories, right? So here you come. I had a plan. I was gonna come over here. By the time I left, my mom had a little boy and he was 6 months old. So we're 20 years apart. And it's been 20 years since I came over here. And my plan was come, play volleyball. And then they taught me I had to be eligible. I was like, okay, I'll study. And just go home, be with your family, But I fell in love with the community. It's like no other, no matter where I've been in the world, playing, living, or whatever, there's nobody like everybody over here. Since they mentioned, I was weekly in Dr. C's office crying. My first year, I just cried, I couldn't speak much what I was feeling. I couldn't express myself. After that, he got to hear everything I had to say. I got to say and everything I thought. So thank you so much. I truly don't know if I would have made it without you because you were there for me literally every week. It was almost like we had an appointment. I was there all the time. And I'm pretty sure Holly's got to hear me cry across the walls. It was definitely a crazy ride. As athletes, we get hurt, we get up and get going. But one of my two favorite stories I can tell is, one is when I had appendicitis and I didn't know what it was. Finally, I was in the hospital. My mom, single mom, and at that time, the ratio was 4-to-1 for American dollars to Brazilian money. So when they told me, oh, the surgery, I said, how much is the surgery? I'm in the emergency room with one of my friends here. And they said, oh, it's about $7,000, $10,000. And I was like, let me die. We don't have the money. The funeral's cheaper. Put me in the plane. I was so freaked out. I was like, I never heard that much amount of money in my life. So I was like, please, it's gonna work out fine. It's way cheaper for me. Just fly me home. It'll work out fine. And I had my friends like, we'll pay for you. Don't worry, And thankfully, the school stepped up and took care of my bills. So I can't thank you because I know it's not athletic related. So I'm very grateful for keeping me alive. this off-season training in the spring, and we are just passing balls or whatever. And I, we're Brazilian. We just like try to juggle with our feet and play. And I was putting balls with my feet in the basket. And then the women's soccer coach had his office over there. He was like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Brazil." He's like, "Oh." He was like, "You're good at this?" I was like, "I don't know. I just play around." And he was like, I was like, "Want to bet?" And he was like, "Yeah." So let's see if we can put more balls. I won. So I have to. That's my Brazilian side. I have to talk about it. All right. I want to say, without my Raging Cajun family, my Volley Beach family, and my ESA family, I wouldn't be here. They're the people that somehow they believed in me as much as believed in myself, or I made them. I just bugged them all the time to come watch me. I would sell however I could. "Hey, come see me bicycle kick the ball. I can bicycle kick in the middle of the match. I'll dig a ball with my feet. I don't care." "Hey, you know what? I had my ball." Like, we have a play on the volleyball where the middle hitter is up in the air and the setter places the ball on your hand and you kind of like just a quick hit. Well, I used to fake my hit and just have the ball over, and do crazy things like that. So I'm like, please just come and watch. I don't know, nobody really was aware of our program. So after I met my Volley Beach family, I was like, "You guys gotta come," So even when they didn't want to, I was like, "Why didn't you come?" I thought we were friends, And just like all of us, we worked hard, but without the support from my Cajun family, I couldn't have made it. The McGee's over here, they great UL supporters. After I graduated, I went to a little fun tournament in Destin, Florida, and this lady that used to play it was called WPVA, said, "You're really good, you should play on the AVP." I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "It's the Pro Tour." I was like, "Well, I don't have any money to travel. I just graduated, I'm from Brazil, I'm on my own." And she's like, "If you can get your tickets, I'll help you with that." So I got a huge gift, which to me was awesome. They gave me a super cool purse, and inside of my purse was my first tickets to my first pro tour. So that was my graduation gift. I coached their daughter, who is not here because she's pregnant with her third semester. I'll forgive you though, Lizzie. And till now we are like family, and she has come and visit me many times, and we get to see each other all the time. And I love you all to death. Thank you. Volley Beach, for my second tournament, still obviously not making money. I was my first one. Everybody put money together and gave my second ticket. That was my first qualifier that I qualified. Don't know how, just it happened, and that's incredibly hard if you follow beach volleyball. You have to play a single elimination tournament to get into the real tournament. So to make it on my second one with a player who had been retired for a long time, that was incredible now, at least in my eyes. I love it. And Ursula, my first mentor, actually I think I started coaching for Southern Spikers, which was your club, right the second semester I got here. Spring Terry got me there, and started with her, and then at ESA, the incredible lessons of just professionalism, and we've always known, I didn't know how to name that, but making it about the kids, and that's what I learned that. Until today, it's all about the kids. It's not about the money, it's not about the titles we get. It's I run a club, so I don't call it a club because I hate it the way it's so business minded. It's all about my kids. It's not about anything else. And she will forever be my favorite boss. We also have an inside joke, but I can't say it because I don't know if I can cuss. Anyways, yes, I played and I reached the next level. But through my dream of being the best competitor I could be, I found out about my biggest gift: coaching, mentoring, and inspiring. I found my match, just as passionate as I am about this, my wife, who's a bigger badass than I am because she beat breast cancer. And I can't thank God and the universe and all the energies and everybody out there too, who have put us together and have her in this journey with me. I'm thankful for all the families who have trusted their kids in my hands to teach not only volleyball skills, but also life lessons. I always tell them, volleyball is easy, guys. You just get out of your head. It's the life lessons is the hardest thing. And that's what stays after they leave. I have here a couple of those parents and one of my players representing this amazing group of people who have touched my life since I set my feet here in Louisiana, California, and now I'm in Florida. So if you have some good players wanting to get to the next level, I coach them from 6-year-olds to professionals. So I don't care age, size, or whatever. I coach them all. I want to thank everyone who bugged this committee, because I know, to get me here as a Hall of Famer, Mr. C and Heather. I know they were like, you have to do it, you have to be one. I was like, okay, let me know when, you know. It's exciting, but it kind of hurts my feeling when I'm not. Every year you're telling me something, it doesn't have not. Kind of not. It's okay. And I just met our AD, Mr. Brian, and he said, Pri, this is probably overdue. And as I was responding to him, I said, it came at the right time. I was thinking about the losses I just had in my family this year. Now I know my grandparents are here being able to watch this, and they wouldn't be able to otherwise in Brazil. I ended up losing 2 parents back to back. So thank you for this amazing moment right at the right time. I needed it.